Hello everyone, and welcome to this special edition of my Lunar Energy Reports. My name is Erica Othen. I am an astrologer, spiritual life coach, and you can find me on my website, thespiritualchannel.com. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome. Basically, this is the first time that I'm doing something like this. It's something new that I thought it would be fun to try to do, and I've been feeling the call. So many people have been asking me what is going on with these eclipses. Why am I feeling so crazy and the energy is so intense? Really, just what is going on? So I decided to come up with a how to thrive during eclipse season. So basically, I've created this list of my eclipse thrival guide in order to really help get the message out there on how to navigate and ride the waves of this energy in the most efficient way. So basically, the first thing that I want to get, and the question I'm always asked, are why are these eclipses so intense? And basically, an eclipse is a supercharged, super powerful new moon or full moon. And they usually come in threes, or they come in cycles, and the energy of eclipses extend far past the normal lunar period, which is usually like 28 days. That's when a new moon kind of kicks off that lunar cycle. But the energy of an eclipse will extend well past that, up to about 6 months. So right now we are in this super powerful, energetic portal. We have all of this multi-dimensional energy coming through. We are receiving downloads. We are getting super activated, and we're also kind of really experiencing these ascension symptoms during these eclipses. There's always a lot of change, a lot of endings and beginnings, because it is like the kickoff to these new cycles, and just super powerful energy. And again, too, the lunar cycles, you know, human beings, we are made up of at least 70% water. The moon, it's scientifically proven to affect the tides. So humans, we are affected by these moon cycles. Whether we want to admit it or not, we are. And the best way to do it, you know, to navigate this energy and be a conscious creator in your life is just the awareness of it and the awareness of what's going on. So basically, again, I've created this list. The first eclipse that happened was on July 12th. Now that was a partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Cancer. Then about 2 weeks later, on July 27th, we have a total solar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius. And then on August 11th, we have another lunar eclipse in Leo. And also during all of this, as this is going on, we have 5 planets retrograde. So we have Mars, which is has been retrograde since June 26th. Mars is going to be retro until August 27th. We have Mercury is going retrograde on July 26th, the day before the solar eclipse, and it's going to be retrograde until August 19th. And then we also have Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn. So all retrograde. So on top of this huge portal that's opening and these dimensional shifts and all these activations and downloads that we're receiving from these eclipses, we also have these 5 planets retrograde. So all of these planetary transits create this little cosmic soup for intense energies. And that's the reason why I feel called to create this little thrival guide. So first thing is first, let's go with the first one. My first tip is to just go with the flow. And I know you're probably saying, you're like, yeah, okay, Erica, like easier said than done, but I promise you, the best way to kind of ride these waves and channel this energy is to go with the flow. Okay, there's going to be lots of changes, lots of endings in order to clear out, make space for new beginnings. If things are kind of ending in your life, a lot of friendships, relationships, lots of breakups for breakthroughs. I mean, it can almost seem like the sky is falling down on us, but I promise you it is not. It is, we are so super supported at this time. The reason why a lot of these relationships and people are coming in and out of your life at this time is because vibrationally, they're just not in alignment with where you're going, to be honest. And the more that we try to control and grip on and hold on to dear life, those energies, the less that you're really allowing yourself to move with the flow and move with those universal energies. And you're kind of really staying at this complacent, stagnant place, and you're not allowing yourself to really thrive and to release and in order to really be a conscious creator in the story you were born to live. So that is my first tip. Just go with the flow. And it's not easy, I know, because right now so many of us are kind of mourning these losses, and it's just been really tough. But just try to take a breath, relax, and understand that all of these things are happening right now to better put you in alignment for your greatest good. That goes to my second tip. My second tip is breathe, relax, meditate, say your affirmations, and say your prayers. There is nothing more powerful than the power of prayer. When you are going through these really challenging transits or difficult time, again, all of these planets are retrograde right now. We have 5. It is time to take this energy and put it inward. It's really not the best time to just kind of be like making all of these crazy decisions. And right now, especially with Mars retrograde, Mars rules our energy. It's our desires, our passions, how we go out and get what we want. And it's retrograde. It's telling us to slow down, take a minute, take a step back, take a breath, and just kind of relax into these feelings. It is important to feel, okay? I know a lot of us like to be kind of really tough and not show a lot of emotion, but it is important to just kind of, again, ride those waves, breathe, relax into it. And for sure, meditation and prayer and setting affirmations is so important right now. Through meditation and prayer, you will find all the answers that you have been searching for and all the answers that you need. So take some time to, take a few slow, deep breaths and just really relax into the process and relax into the flow. That is my best advice for that. Leading us to my third tip, which is self-care. Okay, self-care is so important right now. So many of us, we start to feel really kind of drained of energy during eclipse season. We're feeling really tired. I know that sometimes I'll sleep for like 10 or 12 hours and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Take the time to really just relax and take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself is so important right now. Take that bubble bath, take that nice long shower, go for a swim. Anytime that you're spending time in water, it's actually amazing for you. It helps raise your vibration. It is very cleansing. It is very purifying. It will help you kind of release any kind of tension or anxiety. So, spending time in water, amazing self-care. Spending time in nature, go on that hike, exercise, go in the garden, go to the beach, best of both worlds. You can nature and water there, lakes if you don't have a, beach near you, but spending time outside, outdoors, in nature, so important right now because you can really tune in to those energies. And nature and water and the elements will give you life. They will help you help you feel so much better. Even just spending some time out in the sun, let the sun kind of come down on you. You will be super activated by the sun at this time. Also spend time at night kind of soaking in the energy of the moon. All of these things super powerful. And also too, like if you're feeling tired, rest, sleep, take naps. Our energy is kind of a little all over the place collectively, so it is so important to just really like rest and relax and take care of yourself. The fourth tip that I have for you is to release, trust, and surrender. Okay, so I know as master manifestors and conscious creators, a lot of times we like to really shape and you know, control what we want to create. And in the manifestation process, that is rule number one, is to be super deliberate and super specific on what you want to create. But after you set that intention, it is time to relax and release, to trust and surrender in the process. Know that what you want to manifest is coming, but don't worry about the when, where, how. You don't need to worry about any of those details, because when you're worrying about things like that, you're actually pushing your manifestation away from you. So it is just so important right now to really just release and to surrender to the process. And it's not an easy thing to do, but the biggest lesson with these eclipses, especially because the lunar eclipse in Cancer on July 12th, that was directly opposing Pluto. And Pluto is, you know, the opposition with Pluto is all about relinquishing control. It is trusting in the process, surrendering to it all. There is a lot of clearing out. There are a lot of cutting cords right now, because we are all making so much space for the new to kind of come in, and just having that new, breathing life into that new energy. And the sun and the moon, they are igniting this right now, and they're, you know, it's supporting us in these changes. But if we're trying to control everything too much, or like manipulate things, we're not letting the process flow the way that it really can and the way that it really should. And we're actually, again, like delaying the manifestation or stopping the manifestation by kind of trying to control and worry about every detail. So just relax and trust and surrender is huge advice that I can give you for these eclipses. The next one, number 5, is to love yourself. Take time to love yourself. We have this solar eclipse, it's in Aquarius, but it's a total solar eclipse that is actually going to be the longest eclipse in the last 120 years. So super powerful energy, a super powerful portal opening up with this solar eclipse. But the sun is going to be in Leo and the moon is in Aquarius, and Leo energy is all about your inner child, loving yourself, taking care of yourself. Be kind and gentle and compassionate to yourself during this eclipse season. There's so many changes going on, and all of this crazy energy is flowing around. It's always a good time, you know, to love yourself and take care of yourself and really honor and nurture and nourish that inner child. But there's no better time to do that than now, especially if you are experiencing a lot of change and a lot of flux in your life. It is so important to, you know, just look at yourself in the mirror, right in your eyes, and tell yourself that you love yourself. We don't really do that very often, and it is such a powerful way to really take care of yourself, you know, and give your inner child and, you know, just your inner heart the love that it truly deserves. And I promise you, your heart and your inner child and just your whole essence has truly been craving it. So take that time to truly love yourself. The next one is I put where attention goes, energy flows. So this is super important. What you are putting your intention into right now, when the way you're setting your intentions, what you are meditating on, just your overall energy and vibration that you are resonating in right now is really going to be the energy and the vibration that is going to extend well into this eclipse period. So be super mindful of your thoughts, because that creates your reality, and just kind of be mindful of raising your vibration and setting those intentions, being super mindful about, you know, how you're treating yourself, how you're treating others, you know, and just a lot of your self-talk. So that where you're putting what you're putting your energy into right now is where all of that energy is going to flow. So if you're putting your energy into something that that doesn't make you happy, that doesn't make you feel balanced or harmonious or peaceful or bliss, that's the vibration that you're going to be holding. So try your best to really be mindful of how you're exerting your energy. Again, we have Mars retrograde. It's telling us to put all of that energy that we're kind of feeling rather scattered, put it out in all these different places. It's telling us to put it inward. You know, put it into loving ourselves. We are collectively healing our hearts with these eclipses and with these planetary transits. We are collectively experiencing, you know, breakthroughs when we really put all that energy, that love, and that attention back into our own hearts, where it deserves to be. So super powerful to pray and meditate and be very gentle and kind and compassionate with yourself right now. My next one, number 7, is let it be. Okay, this kind of goes along with, you know, surrendering, but if you're experiencing a lot of change, let it be. If you're experiencing, people are coming out of your life, let it be. Don't really harp on the why or the how or I don't understand. Like, if you're noticing synchronicities in your life, you know, just tune into that, tap into that. They're there for a reason right now. Things that are coming up right now are coming up for a reason. Let them kind of be, let them have their space, let them clear the space that needs to be cleared, so that you can really evolve and blossom and grow into the best self, because that's really what this energy is doing right now. It is supporting us in the transformation of really growing and tapping into our higher selves and our highest potential. So let it be. The next one, number 8, is be mindful of your thoughts. So important right now. You know, what you speak will be. Your thoughts, super important, because your thoughts create your reality. Even if it is not something that is going to happen right away, or you don't see this drastic change right away, be mindful of your thoughts, because little by little they are the building blocks of our reality. You're going to start seeing these shifts. So make sure to say affirmations, you know, especially affirmations when you're kind of tuning into that self-love and self-care. That is so powerful right now. And set those intentions, you know, but just be careful of the words that you're thinking, the words that you are speaking, and just really how you are, you know, channeling your communication, especially because Mercury is retrograde from July 26th to August 19th. So whenever Mercury is retrograde, it is time for reflection. Mercury is a planet of communication. It rules our intellect, how we perceive, you know, our thoughts, and how we communicate our thoughts and ideas. And Mercury is the kind of planet that likes to go, 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 and move, move, move. And, you know, when she's retrograde, it is never something to fear. I know Mercury gets a lot of bad flack because it's like, oh, the world is ending because Mercury is retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. Many of us out there actually have a retrograde Mercury in our natal chart. So it's nothing to fear. It's actually like a wonderful thing because it's time for reflection. It's time to replay. It's time for introspection, and it's really time to slow down. So just be very mindful of your thoughts and how you're communicating your thoughts and ideas while Mercury is retrograde. Again, that is July 26th to August 19th. The next important little tidbit that I'd like to add is number 9 is there is so much strength in presence. As we are navigating this intense energy and all of these changes and this transformation, and the eclipse is really stirring up like our shadows and our ego, because that's another thing about Mars retrograde is Mars rules our ego. So right now our egos are kind of feeling hurt, or they don't really know, and there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of mistrust and a lot of misinformation going on when it comes to like our ego kind of trying to control things. You know, presence is key. I think this kind of goes back to some of these other little tips, but you know, just tune in, tap into this universal flow, be mindful, you know, be conscious, be as present as you can possibly be to the synchronicities, to the signs that you're experiencing, you know, and also taking the time to be present in prayer and meditation and just taking care of yourself. Being present is so important right now. There's a lot of things happening that are gonna kind of try to push us to be distracted. Oh, and that being said, this is something important I'd like to add too. With the July 27th eclipse, there is going to be a harsh aspect between Mars and Uranus, and that is can feel really kind of like anxious or feisty, or people could be losing their tempers and kind of like shooting off and not really knowing how to exert their energy in the most conscious way. So I would for sure say just try to slow down and be super present, so you don't kind of let your ego run away with itself or kind of get out of control, because being in control is a very important theme of this eclipse season. The next one kind of leads into that. I said slow down. So number 10 is just slow down. Reserve your energy. A lot of times with these either full moons or the eclipses that are happening, you're gonna kind of feel like really tired. You're gonna feel drained of energy. You're definitely going to feel like you need to take a nap or you need to sleep. And you need to take care of yourself. So it's very important to slow down. When Mercury is retrograde, slow down. During the eclipses, during Mercury retrograde, during Mars retrograde, during that harsher aspect between Mars and Uranus, just slow down. It's so important because you can almost be more susceptible to getting like car accidents and little kind of accidents, and you know, because you're just running all over the place and you're too distracted, and you just really need to kind of take the time to be present and slow down. Super important. And then, let's see, did I have another? Oh, I have 2 more. My next one, number 11, is find a support group that can really kind of support you in a safe space, in a comforting, compassionate, loving way. Finding a group of friends or family or loved ones would be super helpful right now in order to support you through these difficult or challenging transits. So don't feel like you have to go about this alone. There are so many people out there that we're collectively experiencing all this energy together. We're all on the same line. We're all on the same team here. So reach out to someone if you're really feeling you're too overwhelmed or you're going through it, because releasing and speaking about what you're going through is super helpful. You don't want to have to keep all this energy inside and then pretend like it's not going there, because honey, It's not going anywhere. This is real. We are all feeling it. It's super intense right now. So, you know, don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to release. And really feel through this energy and feel through your feelings. Don't be afraid to purge through these feelings, and you know, try to find a support group or friends that can really help you along in a compassionate, loving, tender, caring way. Super important right now. And then my last little tip for the, you know, navigating this eclipse season is this too shall pass. And just remind yourself that, you know, there's just so many ups and downs and bumpy road when it comes with life, but there's just so much beauty in it. And all of these lessons are all truly blessings that are supporting us and nourishing us, you know, on our way as we evolve and we consciously grow. And we really fully step into being empowered and step into the story we were born to live. So just remember, this too shall pass. It's going to be okay. You know, and if you kind of are just, consciousness and the awareness of these energies are key. And also too, when you know that you're not the only one out there, that you're not completely crazy, for feeling the way that you're feeling. Just remember, you know, it is only a transit, and, you know, if you're stepping into the eclipse or Mercury retrograde or Mars retrograde or any of these things thinking it's gonna be crazy, I'm gonna be miserable, it's gonna be, you know, anxiety, or if you're stepping into these transits thinking that it's going to be negative, guess what? You're going to experience negative things. You're going to experience roadblocks. It's going to feel more challenging, more overwhelming. You're consciously creating that reality. So if you just take the time to kind of follow these steps and love yourself and be present and be mindful, you know, to pray and to meditate and to just really slow down all these steps that I just talked about, and remind yourself that this too shall pass, I promise you, you will be able to really channel this energy with grace and with ease, and really channel it in the best way possible. Let's just take the time to be a conscious creator in your life, and I promise you it will all be okay. But thank you so much for tuning into this special edition of my Lunar Energy Report. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much again for tuning in. And if you're new to my channel and this message resonates with you, I would so appreciate if you subscribe down below. Also, if you'd like to see how this energy really affects you in your specific chart, because right now a lot of these ideas are kind of abstract, but if you'd like to see where the eclipse falls in your chart, I would love to give you a personal reading. My website is thespiritualchannel.com. There you can see I do so many astrology readings, and I also have so many beautiful crystals that love to be charged in new moons, in full moons, during the eclipses, and they are patiently awaiting a new loving home. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this little report, and from my heart to yours, sending you all so much love.